NemoClaw is capturing the headlines, but OpenShell is the more important story. So what is Nvidia OpenShell? OpenShell is an open source runtime from Nvidia for running AI agents safely. Think of it as a layer that sits between your agent and your actual system. It controls what the agent can see, what it can do, and where its inference requests go. Everything runs inside a sandbox with kernel level isolation. Every time the agent tries to make an outbound connection, it hits a policy engine first. The request is reviewed for policy violations like leaking sensitive data. That connection is either allowed, routed through a managed model, logged, or blocked entirely. Credentials are injected at runtime and never touch the sandbox file system. That means the agent does not have direct access to your API keys, which makes it much more difficult for it to leak them. You define all of this with declarative policies in YAML files. There are 4 policy domains: file system, network, process, and inference. The important part is that all of this enforcement happens outside the agent's process. That means the agent cannot override or bypass its own restrictions. There are cases of OpenClaw removing security that has been applied to it in other environments. NemoClaw is an OpenClaw plugin for OpenShell, but OpenShell itself is completely agent agnostic. Claude Code, Codex, and OpenCode, they can all run inside OpenShell without any modifications. Nvidia isn't just building a security feature for OpenClaw, they're positioning OpenShell as a universal governance layer for any AI agent. Right now, when you run an agent like OpenClaw, it basically has your full permissions. You're trusting it to not do something you didn't ask for, and to not do something that somebody else asks it to do via prompt injection. OpenShell flips that on its head. Everything is denied by default, and you allow what you want. Security risks kept many users from trying AI agents, especially in enterprise and regulated industries. This is the kind of infrastructure enterprises need before they'll deploy agents at scale. This will trigger a new wave of agentic AI use. When I was trying out NemoClaw, I didn't realize how big of a role OpenShell was playing. That caused some problems because I was looking in the wrong place for answers. I needed answers on OpenShell, but I thought I needed answers on NemoClaw. Now that I know a bit more, I think OpenShell is the most significant part of the whole NemoClaw announcement. NemoClaw got the headline, but OpenShell is the real product here. It's still alpha, it's still rough around the edges. I'm going to continue digging deeper into OpenShell because I think this is a very important development. Getting familiar with OpenShell can open up a whole new world of customers.